welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. If you're a new subscriber, you're very welcome. It's great to have you here, and if you're a subscriber already, it's great to have you back as well. You're very welcome. This is just going to be like a wee short video. I'm just going to have a wee chat with you. It's nothing about anything, whatever. It's just a quick chat. I just want maybe actually a wee bit of advice. If anybody has done this in the past, or they know somebody and they've got any ideas or tips or anything, and I'll explain what I'm going to be doing in a minute. As you all know, that I am going to have a St Patrick's Day kind of celebration for my friend and myself in the house. I'm going to cook like an Irish dinner. I'm going to do some decorating, a few bits and pieces in the living room and that. And what I've challenged myself to do is, and it arrived yesterday, I ordered it from Amazon. I've never ever done one of these before, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to do it. Sorry, I must excuse myself, I'm in my dressing gown. I'm having a quiet day today, just a relaxing day, not doing anything, having my wee cuppa, and just going to chat to you about what I've got here. Yeah, because I'm just going to have a relaxing day, hence the hair is like rat's tails. I'll need to go for a shower later and tidy myself. Anyway, I'm digressing. So what I'm going to tell you is, this is what I've bought. Excuse me, disappearing for a minute. Now, I bought this, and it's a balloon arch, right? And it came like this, and I don't know if there's any instructions. There's like, I think this is like the glue bits for doing the balloons or something, and I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. And I thought it would come in a box, and I thought it would come with, but there's a couple of the wee bits in here. It's not there like a, excuse me, it looks like a cake thing, like a cake stand, but I think that's, and the flowers and bits and pieces, that's just there for show. But this is what it should look like. You see? Except this, the cake thing, these little cakes, I think this is there, these balloons here, how many is there? Oh, there's two, like there, like the clover balloons, these balloons like that. So that's what it should turn out like, and this is what I got. So I'm probably going to have to just follow that picture and hope for the best. As I said to you before, I have never ever done one of these balloon things before, so I have no idea if there's any instructions in here. There's like two bits in there, but I think that's just the sticky bits, I'm not too sure. And it came flat packed like that, so I don't know, it just says it's a St Patrick's Day party balloon thing. So that's what I'm actually asking, if anybody's done any balloon things or they've ordered anything from Amazon or anything like that they can give me any ideas. Will it work? Who knows, eh? But I'm just saying, do you think it's possible, like, to make it? I love giving myself a challenge. I do, because like when we were in lockdown and that, like I think it was a year, maybe the first lockdown, I challenged myself to do a bit of DIY. So I wanted like a unit for my bedroom, to put my TV and that on. It's got little shelves where I've got bits and pieces in it. So I challenged myself that, and I've done it. But the thing was, it was actually before lockdown. I think this is where I got the idea from, like for doing a bit of what do you call it, DIY, because I had a bed, and it was a metal frame bed, but it just got, over the years, the screws got loose and it used to rattle. It was like a cage at night, you know, you'd be getting into your bed and you'd be turning like that, and all you could do is rattle. And I used to buy like new screws for it, but the threads in that and the screws, or the wee holes in that, I think it just got all worn, and all the screws kept popping out all the time. So I challenged myself. I bought this bed. It's like a sleigh bed. You know, you've got the bit at the bottom and you've got the big headboard, and it had the bits and pieces and the slats, and the mattress, just when you put the mattress in, it just fits right into it. So that was the biggest challenge I'd ever set myself to do, DIY anyway. So and it arrived, and I had to, obviously then you could get the stuff delivered, so the guys had brought it up the stair. I had my old bed dismantled, and they put the new bed in, and it had all the bits and pieces in it, the boxes and all that. So what I done was, I opened up one of the boxes and it had the instructions in it, and they came early in the morning, I hadn't had my breakfast. So what I done was I went down at the kitchen, sat in the kitchen, read the instructions from front to back, tried to like get all the bits and pieces and a rough idea how to do it. And I thought I got it from Argos, and what had happened was I read up the reviews about it, and I think it was a woman had said that she'd made up her bed within 30 minutes or something, and she made it on her own. So I thought, 30 minutes? I thought, no, it's going to take me a lot longer than 30 minutes. So anyway, I thought, right, I'm going to have a bash at it, and I got all the bits and pieces out, all the screws, made sure all the bits were there was no bolts missing, no screws missing, slats, everything. So what I done was, I had put the headboard up. You had to build it sort of like the headboard, and then put the long bit in, like the bed, that obviously that like to make it into a square. So, but when I had the top bit done and these bits at the bottom, it was like that. So I had to put it again, the headboard thing against the wall, and I had to try and get this bit at the bottom in. So to lift the side bits, you're obviously supposed to have somebody with you, but I done it myself. I did, I'll be honest, ask for help, and there was nobody available. So I thought, no, do it yourself. As it says, do it yourself. So I done it myself. So I had to get I've got a wee stepping stool thing. And what I done was I put the end bit onto there as if there was somebody else holding that at the bottom, while I put the bottom bit into it. And eventually when I got that bit done, that was it. I had all the screws and things to put in to make sure it was all like whatever. But it was actually the top and the bottom were quite heavy to build up, because they were the biggest bits, the heaviest bits. And then obviously you had the heavy headboard, and you had this bit at the side to put in, and then the other bit at the side, and then the end bit. So eventually, when I got it done, do you know how long it took me to get it done? I didn't even stop I think I stopped for some water, and I think that was about it. I didn't even stop for any lunch. I had nothing at all that day. And I remember, and do you know how long it took me? It was maybe about, well, it took me, I can't remember what time I started it. I'd say 10 or 11 or whatever, but I finished it, I think it was about just after 5 o'clock at night. And it took me about 5 hours to make this bed up. So I thought, oh my God. And at the end of it, and when I put the covers on and everything like that, I was absolutely exhausted, and I mean totally exhausted. And I said, well, I'm going to have something to eat. And I really couldn't, I was that tired, I just couldn't even be bothered to make myself anything. So I just had one of the naked noodle things. And then I think I eventually had a hot chocolate. I didn't even have a shower or nothing. I just had to, I couldn't, I was that tired. I was exhausted making it up myself. I just crawled into that bed, and that was it. In fact, it was the best night's sleep I had for a long time, because as I said to you before, the bed that I had, the old one, the metal frame one, it rattled and rattled all night, and I wasn't getting a great sleep. So this one was just perfect. There was not a noise out of it or anything like that. And I think it's about now, is it 3 years? Coming up to 4 years maybe, or whatever. 3 years, maybe 3 years I think it is, since I made it up. And it's still standing, it's still there. So I thought, right, if you want anything getting done, just do it yourself. You know, I never ask for help, I just try it myself. And that's it, persevere. Because I think if you study something long enough, you'll get the gist of it. So I think that's what I'm going to try with this as well. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do that. I mean, I've got a pump for blowing them up, obviously, so I'm not going to stand and blow them up. I've got enough hot air in it as well that I could blow them up. But no, I'm just going to try it. So that's it. So I'm just going to ask guys, if anybody's done anything like that, if they've got any tips or that, how to do it, how to build it up. Do you start from, obviously you've got to start from the bottom, I think, and work it up, because you've got to glue them in together. So, so what, have I still got this picture in here? Yeah, because it's not all together like in a one big arch like that. It's like obviously in two bits, so you're doing one side, I think, and then you're doing the other side. So I was wanting to try and put it around where my fireplace is, because I've got enough room that I could fit it there right round to there as this way comes, and then I've got another bit at the side, so that would go that bit. So we'll see how we get on with that anyway. So that's a challenge I've set myself, so we'll just see how we get on with that. So guys, as I said to you, I'm going to have a little celebration, and I'm going to do that, but it'll be more of that as the time goes on. I'm getting some bits and pieces. I've got some bits and pieces. My friend, well, I bought some, you saw some of them from the Primark haul, so I've got some bits and pieces that I'd already had, so it'll just be a case of decorating. And then we're going to decorate for Easter, so my friend's going to come on the Easter Sunday. We decided that as well, so we're going to have a little Easter tea with that, you know, with a little cake stand and sandwiches and whatnot, because we like an afternoon tea. So we're going to do that, and that'll be an Easter one. So that's that. And then so we've got we've got an afternoon tea for our birthday to look forward to. That's through in the hotel I was in Stirling. That's April. And then we've got the Ideal Home exhibition, or whatever it's called, in May. So what else we've got thereafter, I do not know. There's some things I've got planning in the pipeline, whether they're going to come to fruition or not, we'll just have to wait and see, but I'm going to keep them under cover just now, or whatever you call it, and just see how things go. So anyway guys, it was just a quick video just to tell you what I've got, that I got from Amazon. It came yesterday actually, so I'm not wanting to try it just now because I'm not wanting all the balloons to deflate, because obviously it's not to the 7th, well she's cut us, but it's going to be the 18th, it's going to be the Saturday, because she's got something on the 17th. So we're going to have it on the 18th, so we're going to do that. So I'll maybe try that first a couple of days beforehand and see how I get on. I'll probably end up putting the bucket, I'll get frustrated, but no, I persevered with that beds, and all the other wee units I've built up since then, so got there in the end, so only time will tell, you know. So anyway guys, if you've liked this little content, just a small wee video about that, just give me the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button to know when I'm going to come on again. Every little helps. I'd like to build my channel up to 200 subscribers. It's going to take me years, I think, to get to 1,000 subscribers, obviously, because I'm not, I don't put as much hauls up, and I don't put as much whatever up as other channels and that, you know. I just put up things as I go along and do and whatnot, but you know, maybe like later on in the summer when the weather gets better, somebody was asking about some scenery and things about Edinburgh and whatever. So we're going to Stirling as well, so we'll try and do some sorry, I'm always like drinking the tea. So we'll try and get some video done of Stirling and whatever, and see what we'll have. We'll have take our tea video of the tea and that as well, and see how we get on with there, but that's for a later date. So guys, as I said, if you like any of this, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, or whatever you do. I always forget it, I don't know the spiel. I'm still nearly a year. Oh, there we are. We'll have to have a wee celebration when it's a year. I think it's the 28th of June for my channel. That's when I want to get to 28 subscribers. Oh, here I go again. Don't know what's wrong with me. I want to get to 200 subscribers. Or I'd like to, not want. Wanting is like demanding. I'd like to get to 200 subscribers. Only time will tell. Okay guys, so if you have any comments about that balloon arch thing, and you know if you've got anything from Amazon, did it work and all that and whatnot, please give me any comments at the bottom. Every little bit helps for me. I'm always looking for feedback on things. So you take care of yourselves guys, have a lovely weekend, and I'll get back to you when I get back to you about whatever it is. And you take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care, bye bye.